This customer ordered a Disney Princess vintage cake for her daughter's first birthday. They requested 50 servings, so I made 3 10-inch layers. It was a massive cake. I started out with a really light pink buttercream base, and then I piped this white ruffle along the bottom onto the cake board. Then I bagged up some more of that light pink buttercream, and I purchased this massive star piping tip specifically for this giant vintage cake. I piped a border along the bottom and the top, and then I used this white buttercream and a smaller star tip to pipe right underneath. Now it's time to add the Disney princesses. She specifically requested Snow White, Belle, Cinderella, and Sleeping Beauty. I printed an edible image including all 4 princesses in the same size, cut all of them out, and then I rolled out some white fondant and used this oval-shaped cutter. I placed the princesses on top using some clear piping gel, and I attached those onto the sides of the cake. Next, I made these gold picture frames that are the same size as that oval, and I painted them using edible gold luster dust. Gently placed the frame on top of the image, and I just had to be really careful not to get any of that gold onto the white fondant or the images. I almost forgot to mention I made the frames by using a silicone mold. I actually didn't have an oval-shaped one. I only had a rectangle, so I just shaped it into the one I needed. And the customer wanted a gold castle topper, so I made this using my Cricut Maker. I used gold foil cardstock, and then I also added the birthday girl's name and age in light pink glitter cardstock. Next, I bagged up some white buttercream, and then I used a leaf piping tip to pipe these ruffles in between all of those frames. Backed up the rest of my pink buttercream, and then I used that large piping tip from the beginning, and I piped these little dollops onto the sides. The back doesn't have a frame since she only requested those 4 princesses. Then I bought a thin light pink ribbon and I made several bows, cut them all to be the same size, and then I placed them in between all of those little swoops. Now this Disney Princess vintage cake is all done. Here's what it looks like. The customer loved her cake when she picked it up. I hope you guys like this one.